Start your week with a triple shot of good vibes. This is the Project Joy podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Thanks for joining me. Good Monday morning, everybody. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I'm super excited that you're here with us for another episode of Project Joy Live today. It is Monday. How are you feeling this Monday morning? If you are on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, please use the comment section. Say hello. Let us know where you're joining from, and also what's bringing you joy today. How are you feeling about this Monday so far? Let me know in the comments. I'm super excited later on in the show to jump into we're going to jump into the next part in our Inviting More Play into Our Lives series. It's going to be super fun. And I think we've been having a good time with this so far. I'm really happy with all of the fun conversation that we've had around play, because as I've mentioned to people, I'm describing to, friends of mine, what are we doing here on the show? And talking about play, because when we're little and we're kids, right, like no one has to tell us twice to go play. Like it's like, get outside, go out, go have fun, go play, and we go play, right? And as adults, it's not always the easiest thing for us to do. We have responsibilities, we have families, we have bills, we have all of this stuff going on, and it's like, we have to be our own parent almost at that point of going, get outside until the lights come on and go play. And so I think we've been having a lot of fun with this, and really excited to talk about that in the next segment coming up. But I also want to remind you that you can head to projectjoypodcast.com and click the join live button. It's right there, right towards the top. It says join live in a big button, and you can come on air next segment and share a moment of joy or gratitude with me live on air here. So we're going to get into that next segment as well, and hopefully we'll have some people jump on and join us for that segment so that we can share in the joy with other people as well. And please make sure that you are saying hello in the comments. And I see one person there right now. Queen Bee is here this morning. Good morning, Queen Bee. Listen, you guys, Queen Bee's Hustle is the name of her business. She is amazing, and she is one of our fabulous sponsors for a musical evening of giving. So please make sure that you check that out, a musical evening of giving.com, where you can, and you're going to see a little ad for that in a little while here. But make sure you check that out, because all of our sponsors' information are there. And this last weekend, I'm so excited, I added a little section that's telling you all of the goodies that you could see. You don't just get the ticket. You don't just get the ticket to the event. You get a whole swag pack that includes discounts for your holiday shopping and all of that fun stuff. And so we are updating the website every single day with more stuff that you're going to be getting in the virtual swag pack, the swag bag, all that good stuff. So make sure you check it out, a musical evening of giving.com, because it's going to be amazing. Super excited about that. Ilse is here this morning from South Africa. Good morning, Ilse. It is a hood morning. It's a good morning, but it could be a hood morning. Now I'm going to try real hard not to stay in the giggles for the rest of the episode here this morning. Good morning to you, my friend, and good morning as well. Queen Bee, thanks for the love. Appreciate you being here. So we're going to be jumping in a little bit, like I said, to hopefully some folks that are I'm going to pop on and share a moment of joy with us this morning, or gratitude or joy and gratitude. And also jumping into our play series as well. So starting out, what's bringing, I agree. It's still early. So what's bringing me joy this week? So a few things pop into my mind right away. First thing is that starting October 1st, and I need to click that banner onto the screen really quickly for you guys. So there it is. You can join our Discord server at bit.ly/Discord breakthrough. So every morning I decided for the month of October that I was going to do my loving kindness meditation, 6 a.m. Central Time every single day. And I said, well, it's always great to bring people together that are doing the same thing. So I'll offer that to my Discord folks as well. And so I pop on in the voice chat every single morning, like clockwork, 6 a.m. Central Time. You'll have to figure that out where you are in the world. And who knows when the time changes? What's the date that the time changes here in the United States? Bonus points. Bonus points if y'all can tell me in the comments when the time changes, because I never can keep up on that stuff. Because it's my favorite one of the year where we can bring some share into the picture, If I could turn back time. Yes. Yes, I'm here for the fall time change. Let me know when that is so that I can sing some share in that moment. But so loving kindness meditation every morning at 6 a.m. Central Time. And it's one of my favorite meditations before that I've done in my whole life. I was introduced to it by Suzanne Doolin, who has been, an online friend for a few years now. And she was one of my guests on the Breakthrough Show back towards the beginning of when the Breakthrough Show started. And she's been a yogi for more than 20 years. And she introduced me to um loving kindness meditation, and it completely changed my life because it's something that like you don't have to sit and do if it's super quiet, and it really is like a proactive kind of meditation where you're sending love to yourself, you're sending love to other people in the world and specific people, but then in the end to everybody. And it's just such a cool experience and so much fun. So I've been doing that every single morning, 6 a.m. It's literally the first thing I do. I come on the voice chat like in my nightgown, Nobody needs to know that though, because the video is off. It's just on voice, but I love sharing that space with other people. So definitely recommend hop on our Discord, bit.ly/Discord breakthrough. If you're up in the morning, great. If you're not up in the morning, that's fine too, because some of you guys know that in November, I do the Illuminate Your Gratitude experience. I think this is year 3 or 4. I have to go back and look at my notes, but I've been doing this Illuminate Your Gratitude experience for a long time now. Every single November I do it. And I decided that for this November, in addition to the gratitude experience, so it's the entire month of November that we do something every day. And I'm going to add in loving kindness meditation for that. And that one is going to be on video and recorded and all of that stuff. So if you're not an early bird or it's a funky time of the day for you, wherever you are, it's something that you'll be able to tune in for as well. There we go. Queen Bee is the winner this morning, followed by Mike McDonald. How are you this morning, my friend? So Mike and I go back a long way. I think so. Frank that comes on here knew me from college, but Michael knows me from middle school. And I think it's your son's birthday. Is that right? Happy birthday to him. Or it might have been at some point close by. I saw somebody say happy birthday this morning. So happy birthday to your son as well. It was not with the equinox. It's so clearly November 7th. So we've got like a month left, and then I can sing some share for the time change. It's today. Yay. Happy birthday. That's awesome. Yeah. So, and I didn't realize that he was so close to Margine. So my Margine's birthday is on Thursday. She's going to be 12 on Thursday, you guys. So that's something else bringing me joy this morning. And another thing that's bringing me joy. So I am starting a fitness, I'm going to call it a wellness routine. I'm calling it this morning. Not so much the fitness. I'm calling it a wellness routine. But anyway, because it has been a challenge. So I've had like a lifetime of chronic things going on. And then in the last few years, it's been really challenging for me. However, when I got COVID back in June, it kind of like everything that I had going on prior, like it set me back, to that. And so it's been a challenge to even get my daily things in that I know that I need to be doing. But I'm really excited to be jumping back into some stuff. And so yesterday was one of my mentors. It was her birthday, and she's a runner. And bless it, I was like, listen, if you think you're getting me to run, honey child, no, not happening. If you see me running, people, you better run too, because it means something's chasing me, or that we've heard the ice cream truck. But I digress. I said, I will not. She's like, no, I'm not going to make you run. I never make you run. Running's not for everybody. So nice to hear that. But I'm supposed to get my steps in. And about 7:00 last night, I was like 2,500 away from how many steps I was supposed to have for the day. And I'm like, man, it is Allison's birthday. I cannot let her down. I have to do it. So I literally was doing laps around my house and the inside. And then I got bored with that. And I was like, we should just go outside. It's like 8:00 at night, you guys, pitch black in my subdivision. And my girls are like, can we come? And I'm like, yeah, let's go outside. And then my daughter's like, but the neighbors, what will they think if we're just walking back and forth in the driveway? And I'm like, who cares? Let's just go. So I don't know. I may have a knock at my door today. Like, are you making your children pace up and down the driveway at night? No, like they literally wanted to come out and join me. And so then I got bored of outside and I came back in and doing more pacing around the house. At one point, my husband joined me. We're making like this whole train through the house. It was really hysterical. And we're talking about different things and I'm getting my steps in. And I got my steps in by 8:00 last night. 8:00 last night, I got my steps in. I was so excited. Got it done. Posted it for my mentor to see. And like, hey, it's your birthday. I had to do it. Jason Lansing is here this morning. Good morning, Jason. It's good to see you, my friend. So let me know, you guys, in the comments while we go to break here, what is bringing you joy today? And also, don't forget, I always forget to put the banner back up. Here we go. Go to projectjoypodcast.com and click the join live button because I want to see your beautiful face right now. Come on live with me for the next segment and share something that's bringing you joy today. Plus, we are going to jump into the next part in our Bringing More Play into our live series. And we'll be right back, you guys, after this quick break. Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every month for exclusive programming, where we invite you to go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com. Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. And as you can see from our updated network commercial, we have a brand new show every other Wednesday. So the second and fourth Wednesday of the month, you can catch Divine DNA with Donnell and Angelic Jackson, the Jacksons, the only Jacksons in my book, on the Breakthrough Show Network every Wednesday, every other Wednesday evening, second and fourth Wednesdays of the month. And you may get to see them more often, but stay tuned for that announcement coming up later on. So really excited to be here with you this morning. Again, please use the comments section and share with me something that's bringing you joy today. Or I, of course, would love to talk to you face to face this segment. Just go to projectjoypodcast.com and click the join live button to share a moment of joy or gratitude live on air. Miss CK Ford herself is here in the comments. Good morning, Miss Ford. Good to see you today, or grand rising, as they say as well. Okay, you guys, we were jumping into this series about inviting more play into our lives as adults. And, I tend to be a very playful person anyway, but I still think even for the people who are accustomed to playing games and being a playful person, that there's still room to be more intentional about it and to not just do it because it's something to do or other people are doing it, but to really say, I'm inviting this space of joy into my life. And so we're going to do a quick recap of the steps that we've taken so far to bring more play into our lives. And we are going to see where we're at here. There's a little sunshine from Miss Ford today. All right. Number one, we talked about take a play history, that it's important to look back, be a little nostalgic, look at the times in your life when you invited play into your life, and how does that feel? How did that feel to you at the time? What things does that bring up for you? Especially as a child, because like I said, as a child, it's sort of second nature to play. And so what sorts of things did you play in? And also in that play history, you can ask yourself, were there things that you wanted to play with that maybe you weren't given permission to play with before that you'd like to play with now? And or ways that you'd like to play, or people that you'd like to play with. And so taking a play history was number one. Number two seemed kind of redundant, but sometimes we just need to be told these things, and that is to be a playmaker. Having a playful life means choosing right here, right now, to actively engage in play, to choose to do it, right? And part of that was, and it also tied into one later, was to look at the people that we're spending the most time with. Are those people playmakers? Are they people who actively engage in play as well? Because a lot of times we might look around and realize, okay, literally nobody around us is inviting play into their lives, so why should I? Who am I going to play with? Which again brings up another point that we'll talk about later on. So be a playmaker was number two. Number three was collect your toys. So it took into account the things that you have around you that you like to play with. We've talked about board games and video games, and that are kind of obvious, this is what you play with. But then other things that we like to play with, craft supplies, maybe sports equipment, or I don't know, lots of different things, lots of different options. And also looking at what things do you not have now to play in your life that you might want more of in the future. And so collect your toys. That was number three. Number four, I encouraged you to make a play date. Now, we talk about those of you that are parents out there, we talk about making play dates for our children. Sometimes we need to make a play date as well. And my good friend Heather Clark always says, schedule it or forget it. So there's no harm in putting it actually in your calendar. And that's what I encouraged everybody to do. And for bonus points for number four, I said, listen, if you're a leader of a community, if you are, you have a Facebook group, you have a group of some kind, no matter what platform, even in person as well, to make regular play dates for them as well. There, it's a lot of times. So give you guys a little insight here. So we had last Friday, we had a meeting for the Breakthrough Show hosts and the network hosts, the Jacksons and Shiraz and Ask Crystal, and had Miss Ford there as well. And in the beginning, I encouraged all of my hosts to have so much fun. And we start off the meeting. I'm always playing some kind of song and encouraging them to dance. And so we come into the meeting and we're playing and we're having fun. And we were doing the Macarena this Friday. And I am ashamed that Mr. Jackson could not remember the moves, or at least he claimed he could not remember the moves. And I was like, do not leave me out on the dance floor alone here, sir. And so I always think it's so important, though, as a leader, yes, things are serious and we have certain things we need to do in our lives, but it's so important to encourage play within your community as well, even if it's just for a few minutes like that. And yes, Jason, I remember you. Of course, you didn't have to tell me Dragon Tales. Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales. It's almost time for Dragon Tales. There's a little throwback for some of the parents out there. But yeah, taking that time to encourage your community to have fun, I think is great. And one great example of that, and he's actually on vacation this week, is Tim Hodgkiss. He's an attorney. You've seen him on the show before. With his star hat and galaxy background. And Tim is amazing at that. He's amazing at that. Even though he's an attorney, he really does try to bring a lot of fun and play into his life. And so great example of that. Go find him on social, Tim Hodgkiss. He had some great stuff out there. So make a play date was number 4. Number 5, find a playmate. This is what we talked about last week. Find a playmate. I think it's easy for us, those of us that are in a relationship, whether it's, whatever kind of relationship that is, a love relationship, to go, well, my spouse is my playmate. My boyfriend is my playmate. My girlfriend is my playmate, whatever. And also those of us that are parents, it's easy for us to say, my kids are my playmate, and so it's easy to think about the people that are right there in our circle. However, this step really encouraged us to look at other people in our lives and also learn to compartmentalize a little bit. This step is really about knowing your audience as well. And so the people that are in our lives, we're not going to have 100% in common with everybody. And one of the amazing things that we can do is to look at the different relationships and say, okay, what is the purpose of each of these relationships, but what do I appreciate each person for as well? And so, whereas my husband might not enjoy certain things, certain activities, I might have certain friends that enjoy different activities. And so those would be my playmates for different things. And so this really encouraged us to find a playmate. And also, if there are things you enjoy doing and you don't already have people in your circle that can enjoy those things with you and be your playmate in those areas, to go out and find them. I tell people all the time, this space on social media has been a lifesaver for me in finding my people, because I don't have anyone locally to where I'm at. And so it has been an amazing experience for me to be able to find my playmates. And that is available to each and every one of us that are listening to this right now, to go online, find your people, and listen, I tend to be the catalyst that brings people together. So I always say, listen, if you're having trouble finding a playmate in different areas of your life, come and talk to me, because I guarantee you I know somebody and I can hook you up with them. And then y'all can go frolic into the sunset and play together. So, find a playmate. Really, really important. Our number 6 that we're on today, which means this is number 6. We have 4 more left after this, and then we are done with this series, you guys. I can't believe we're more than halfway through. Number 6 today is bring some attitude. What does that mean? Let me find out. So again, you guys, this was a series or an article that was in Mindfulness Special Edition magazine back in 2018. And that is where this list of 10 comes from. Find a playmate and then bring some attitude. So Steve Gross's title at the Life is Good Kids Foundation is Chief Playmaker. How cool is that? His entire job revolves around play because research has found play to be one of the greatest resiliency factors for children. Play is not reserved for the sandbox. It is not reserved for flip-flops, beer pong, or frisbee golf. Gross says, we can bring it into everything we do. Bring a playful mindset to whatever you're doing, and you can make even the hardest work feel fun. So my question for you guys today, please use the comments if you're able, is what things do you do in your life that are not stereotypically fun, but you make them fun? And tell me how you do it. So but literally every time we think about this question for me, I think about cleaning the house. I hate cleaning. I don't like it. I don't know many people that love it. Heather Clark, I know, loves it, but not me so much. Never have, not sure I ever will. I do appreciate a clean, neat, and tidy environment, but the process, the act of actually doing it, not a lot of joy present there. And so for me, I know that I have to, as we're talking about attitude, work on my attitude with that and making it fun for myself, making it a playful experience. A lot of times I will put music on, I will dance around while I'm doing different things. I will hire someone, which is what I did very recently. It enables me to get other things done that I do really enjoy doing, that I do really well. And so it's something that for that in particular, I have to really like make it a fun experience for myself. Jason loves diamond painting. You must tell me about this. But tell me, you guys, about something that you do that is not typically a fun thing, but you make it fun by doing it. Let me know. I'm trying to think of some other things that another one, you guys, I was just talking about exercising and moving my body. It's something that it's not just not fun for me, but it's a challenge because of different physical issues that I have. And so it can make it even less fun as I'm trying to do it, right? So I've got to bring in the music. That's a really big one for me, bringing music into really anything I do. And also finding someone else. So going back to that finding a playmate part, finding someone else who can experience those different things with me. One of the things I keep talking about Heather Clark as we're talking about cleaning and organizing, but Heather used to host a Zoom where we used to come on and clean and organize together. We would take breaks and come and check in and talk about the different things that we're doing and how we're moving along. And that was really helpful for me to have other people that were doing the same thing, and also fun because we used to put music on and enjoy the experience. And so really it is about an attitude of play. So again, going back to number 2, which was be a playmaker, choosing to do it. Now you have to come into it with an attitude of play and bringing in that attitude of, I can make this fun and I will make this fun and it's going to be a great time, and really bringing joy into it. So super, super, super good point about the attitude as well. Again, because we tend to sometimes choose to do things and then we whine. Can anybody else relate? Please don't make me sit here alone and raise my hand alone. Can anybody else relate to that, where we ask for something or we want to do something in our lives and then we proceed to whine through the entire thing because it's not what we want to actually be doing? And the other part of this, I think it's just popping into my mind now about bringing some attitude. If you're going into something and it is getting you down that much. We have to do one of two things. We have to, one, either change our attitude, or two, realize that whatever we're doing is not a priority and flip it. So a prime example is with the cleaning stuff I was telling you guys. I hired someone to come clean once a week in the house to do some of the deep cleaning stuff, because it really, there's times when some of the deeper scrubbing and whatnot, no matter what I do, I can't bring the kind of positive attitude required to make it fun for me. So I hire someone to do it. And so part of this brings some attitude, I think, is looking at it at two ways. Is going, one, fix your attitude around it. Choose to have fun. You can choose to make anything fun that you want to. And if you can't, if it's really that bad, to prioritize it and say, okay, well, if I'm going to choose to not have fun, if I'm going to do everything I can to fight back against this to make it fun, then what can we do to take this off our plates? Or say, hey, or maybe even just say, hey, it's not a priority for me right now. There's nothing wrong with that, of going, you just, sometimes there are consequences that come with, but you have to kind of be connected to that and be okay with those consequences. My dad, Greg, is here this morning. Greg is a playmaker when he gets to play Santa. My dad, I have mentioned this before, if you have not heard it, is Santa Claus. I don't care what you say about, a Santa Claus. He is the Santa Claus, people. You understand? You understand? I'm going to try to work on pulling up a photo of that. Have a moment with Dad live on air today. Okay. Are you guys ready to see my dad as Santa? All right. I'm going to show you guys right now. I'm going to show you guys Santa. All right. Here we go. Ready? There is my dad as Santa, ladies and gentlemen. How much fun is that? So fun. So fun. Definitely can see how that brings some play into your life, Dad, as well. Judith Finneran is here this morning. Good morning, Judith. Good to see you. You've officially, look at your comments are right next to each other. You have officially chatted on Facebook with Santa Claus. So, yeah, I think it's really important for us to bring that attitude of going to have fun. And if we can't, we need to prioritize. We need to say, okay, and it goes back to, this is interesting. It goes back to some other things that we've talked about before with joy in particular, because this is the Project Joy podcast after all. Is joy something that is required? Is joy something that we have to find? And I would say no, that we don't have to. But I think a big part of joy and choosing to live a more joyful life is choosing to, even when it's difficult. And so we've had these conversations on Project Joy before. Well, if someone dies and I'm at their funeral, where am I going to find the joy in that? If I've just lost my job, where am I going to find the joy in that? If my bank account's negative, where am I going to find the joy in that? And the truth of it is that there are other things. It's not finding the joy in something or in a moment is not necessarily about finding joy in that specific thing. If your house burns to the ground, you're probably not going to find joy in the house being on the ground, that specific thing. But you may find joy in a neighbor gave you a place to stay. You may find joy in all of the people that came to help you. You may find joy in maybe you just didn't like the house anyway. I know it's a stretch there, but there's something to be found. So it's not always about finding joy in that moment. And it's the same thing with play. So when we're talking about being intentional about play, does that mean that you need to be playful about the specific thing. It might just mean bringing play to at some point in that time frame. I will give you an example of this. Speaking of funerals and grief and all of that. So when we had gone to Connecticut when my grandfather and my brother passed away that week, back in 2010, it was snowing. It was snowing in Connecticut, and my kids had not really seen snow like I have seen snow. And, everybody was kind of hanging out at the cemetery, sort of somber and everything about the experience. And my kids were just so excited to see the snow and finding the beauty and the joy and the playfulness in the snow. And one of them tossed a snowball at me. And I could have easily said, this is a somber time. This is a sad moment. We need to be in this, grieving thing. But I threw one back. And it doesn't mean that the grief in the moment or the sadness in the moment or the respect in the moment was lost. It just means that in that moment, I chose to be playful and I chose to bring that moment to my children. And so sometimes, we get caught up in this is what's expected of us in this moment. For example, I had talked about the meeting that I had with my hosts on Friday. Yes, it's a business meeting. Yes, there's serious topics. We had stuff to discuss. There was an agenda and things to do, but I literally put on the agenda dance party going into it. I put on the music and I told everybody, let's dance going into it, because it's so nice to just be in that space of play and fun. And I was speaking of my dad. I told him, I'm like, I'm the most fun boss ever. Like and I don't even consider myself a boss, but I'm the most fun leader ever to come in and, we're dancing to start off our business meeting. And, so we get sometimes with adults going, this is a serious meeting. And we put it in a box and we put it to the side. And this is a sad occasion. We are at a funeral. It can only be sad. It can, and we talked about compartmentalizing relationships earlier. Sometimes we compartmentalize situations too much, of going, this can only be this in this box, and we can't do other things. We can't feel other ways. And I continue to say and preach and share and, till the cows come home about the fact that joy and play can be found literally anywhere, that it's simply about the choice to do it. That's all, because everything is multifaceted. It's not just a one size fits all situation. So CK Ford said, classic Jolly Santa with Christmas smiles. Absolutely. Santa, AKA Dad, says, ho, ho, ho. He looks awesome. Judith says, hi, Santa. Love it. So Miss Ford brings up a great point as well. If people are unable to find joy, then maybe they can tap into the spirit of gratitude. That's correct. And something that we've talked about so often on the show. Sometimes, those moments can be difficult. When I say that it's possible to find joy, when I say that it's possible to turn anything into a playful situation, that doesn't mean it's always easy. It doesn't mean it's easy. I use the example of your house burning to the ground. I don't know anybody that would happen and they'd be like, yay, and like I said, unless they really didn't like their house for some reason. But, I don't know anybody that would be like, yay, this is great and wonderful. Woohoo, so much joy, but sometimes if we have that moment of gratitude, it really can bring us back to that space of joy, because gratitude brings joy and reminds us of things that are happy in our lives or joyful or grateful for, and all of that. I mentioned earlier that I've been doing loving kindness meditation. And this is a fabulous example of the multifaceted nature of things. I've been doing love and kindness meditation every morning at 6 a.m. Central Time. Again, you can join me for that if you'd like to at any time. Any of you early birds, it really is a fantastic experience. You just go to bit.ly/Discord breakthrough, and I've been doing it on there. I'm also going to be doing it in the month of November as well, but that one will be recorded in the Illuminate Your Gratitude experience. So be on the lookout for that if you're on our social media. But I've been doing that every morning, and part of that meditation is looking at different facets of people in our lives. So you start with yourself, of course, because we can't pour from an empty cup. And then we go to an acquaintance, and then we go to someone that we are grateful for, and then it moves to someone that is difficult in our lives. So you might think, well, how can we picture someone who we've argued with, who hates us, who, has been a challenge in our lives, and really focus our energy, good energy, around that person? But it's literally a walking practice of what we talk about here on Project Joy, which is that joy, playfulness, happiness, good vibes, love, all of that can be found everywhere. We just have to choose to engage in it, choose to partake, choose to do it. And so it's a great experience. I tell you again, join us. It's going to be amazing. And something else that is going to be a very multifaceted, amazing, beautiful, joyful, playful experience is going to be our musical evening of giving. And I am super excited about that coming up on December 4th. We're going to take a quick break and look at it. And I want to share with you how much joy this is going to bring everybody involved. Take a look. We are so excited about this event, you guys. Make sure you go to a musicaleveningofgiving.com and get your tickets for this event, December 4th, 2021, from 4 to 7 p.m. Central Time. Plus, for those of you that get the Platinum VIP ticket, you also get the after party as well, which is going to feature DJ K Wild, and we're going to have so much fun. We have giveaways throughout the event, and you don't just get, as I mentioned earlier on, you don't just get the ticket to the concert. You also get a swag pack or a swag bag or a swag bag, depending on your level of ticket that you get, with freebies, t-shirt, coupons, all that stuff that you can add to your holiday shopping experience. And so it's going to be amazing to get all of that free stuff, plus all of the giveaways during the event as well. Super exciting. So please go to a musicaleveningofgiving.com and check it all out. If you are unable to attend, the VIP ticket does include a audio and video recording of the event. So it's something that you can continue to go back and listen to. And I can tell you, I am so excited because I have been getting all of the artists' songs choices to me. And you guys, you're not going to want to miss it. That's all I'm going to tell you. Please, please, please get your tickets. I can't reiterate enough. 100% of the ticket proceeds benefit Overcoming Odds and the Weiss Scholarship Foundation. The Breakthrough Show Network, the sponsors, the artists, no one is pocketing any money from this event. It is 100% going to benefit these organizations, and we are so excited about that. So you get to come support great organizations, hear incredible music, and you get to have lots of freebies and discounts and all kinds of fun stuff for your holiday shopping as well. So don't miss out. A musical evening of giving.com. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today. Coming up on the Breakthrough Show Network this week, we have be looking for, speaking of a musical evening of giving, on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Time, we are going to be doing a dual live with our Sylvia Tam from Baviva Foods, who's one of our sponsors, and she is going to be talking a little bit about her company and also why doing this, being a part of this event, sponsoring this event is important to her. So don't miss that, coming up this Wednesday, as I said, at 7 p.m. Central Time. Also coming up on the Breakthrough Show this Friday, we have Birgit Itza, who is an author of #Becoming Happy. Check out that book, #Becoming Happy. And she's also a ghostwriter. We're going to be talking about her breakthrough moments. And we'll also be talking to Oleg Lohid from Overcoming Odds and Brett Weiss from the Weiss Scholarship Foundation to be telling a little bit about, again, their organizations and why they're so excited about being part of a musical evening of giving this December. So tune in this Friday at 12 p.m. Central Time for all that goodness and more. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, wherever you're watching from or listening from in the world. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. And until next week, I want to remind you, encourage you, implore you to make every day a great day for a breakthrough, and also choose to find the joy in everything in your life. We'll see you next week, guys. Have a good one.
You've been listening to the Project Joy podcast with your host, Jessica Dugas. We'll see you again next Monday and every Monday for another episode to start your week off right.